Edgar TV.
How do there everyone, and welcome back to Edgar TV. And today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at a bit of a request that I got. Now I'm open to requests. If you've got any ideas or anything you'd like to see on the channel, guys, anything you've got, any sort of wacky darts or any footage of anything you've got that you want to send in, you can send in either via the PO box. If you've got something you'd like to send in, that is in the description, or if you just got a question or anything, you can fire them on any of the social media platforms underneath me below. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the channel quickly here, and you'll see a message I got from very popular YouTuber Marcel Scorpion, who sent me a few messages asking for a couple of different videos he would like to see, and I thought this one was a very good idea. How good is a pro in practice? Better or worse than are they on stage? I thought, what a great question, and I didn't really have a proper answer for this. I think if you ask people, everyone will say they play better in practice, but do they really, or is it just a bit of an illusion? Do you just feel like you're playing better? So I thought to myself, I'm going to have to do a little bit of an experiment with this. So if I just change the channel here quickly, what I did is I throw darts at home. I played some games at home. I played against the computer. You can see me here playing a bit of footage from my games. I played a game of darts every day of the PDC Pro Tour format, which is the best of 11 legs. First to 6 legs, and I played the computer on quite a decent level every single day, so it was a fairer reading, because obviously if I weren't playing well it'd take legs, just like would happen on the Pro Tour, so it weren't like we could say, oh, but you was missing loads of doubles and things on that. So yeah, there's different things we can look at there. And obviously this could be a reason as well, down to the sort of inflated averages as well, because there'll be legs where the computer just doesn't. The computer's a computer, isn't it? It's relentless. If you miss, it takes it, or it'll play to certain patterns. So if you play a decent leg, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win it. But kind of what we get on the Pro Tour as well, isn't it? So it was the closest thing I could get to it. Now what I did is I did this over a 5-day period. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then obviously today. You'll see I won 3 of those matches and I lost 2. I doesn't really. It's quite real in terms of what, like, say, the computer doesn't normally give. But if you look there, I lost with 90 average, I won with 91, I lost with 94, but I won with 92. So it's not playing me at a. We can't say that it's playing me that if you hit a 92 you'd win or what, because yeah, it's. So there's a bit of fair and a bit of similarity in there. You'll see day 4 was brilliant. That was a great day. 6-3, 104.2. Now, if we change this over and we look at the best and the worst of those days, you'll see that the worst was a 90.12, but the best was 104.2. Very good stat. Very interesting. And I think the most interesting stat there was I didn't drop below 90. Now, obviously, when I play at home, I get to play at home with emotional detachment, shall we say, in terms of the fact that if I'm playing a game, it's not playing to qualify for something, it's not playing for ranking, it's not playing for living, earning money. So there's a lot of things that are taken away from that, which then allow this sort of freedom, shall we say. Now, if you look at any game of darts, there'll always be one leg where both players have a bit of a weaker leg, and that can be a turning point in terms of who comes out of that leg the better. There's always one leg in virtually every single game. And I found when I was doing this experiment, I didn't seem to have those legs because, like I say, I wasn't attached to the game enough to have any sort of psychological reaction. So definitely there's that side that helps you at home. The other thing with playing at home is I've just got a board to myself. I probably didn't do this at the same time I would do on a Pro Tour, for example. A Pro Tour, you're sort of sharing a board while you're getting ready for it, especially once the tournament started. There could be 5 people, 6 people on a practice board. So I had a board to myself. It's my board. And I was just cycling around and playing, so that could be a reason here for the slight increase which you're about to see in the averages. Highest average, my highest seasonal average at the moment is just shy of 103. You'll see I've gone over the top of that here in just 5 days at 104. But I'm not sure that peaks the big thing. I think the most interesting thing for me is the fact it didn't drop below 90. Now, if we take a look at how this relates to the season, these are the stats. So over those 5 days, I know the 104 is bringing this up massively. I think if we say the 104 was normal, we'd probably say this about 92, 91. But because of the 104, it's banged it right up to a 94.5. Underneath that, 90.23, that is my seasonal average. So all of my PDC games, 90.23 if you look at that. Now, the glaring obvious is here, isn't it? The glaring obvious is that is judged over 5 games, that is judged over a season. So that is a lot more games, which means there's a lot more chance to bring it down, and a high average like that 104 that I had won't affect it as greatly. Where 104 over 5 games is going to hike that up by a good 2 points, maybe more. Over the whole season, bang a 104 on that 90, it doesn't move much. Might move to a 90.5 maybe. So early suggestions say that actually you play better in a practice game at home. Early suggestions suggest that. However, this needs a bit more experiment and a little bit more detail, I feel, to try and get a more accurate reading. So what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks is I'm going to carry on this experiment, guys. So for 2 weeks, every day I'm going to play the computer at one game of best of 11 legs 501. And with that, I'm going to record that data and I'm going to come back in 2 weeks and share that with you. So if you are new around here, guys, and you want to see the rest of that and see how it relates over a larger scale, hit the subscribe button. Join the Edgar Nation. That video will be coming in 2 weeks' time. Well, actually, it'll be just over 2 weeks' time because I've got the World Championship qualifier next week. So it'll be just over 2 weeks' time that I'll put that together. Also, guys, if you haven't heard yet, Edgar's Playground. This is a new channel that I've launched recently. It's for all my non-darts related content. You can find everything over there. There's only one video on there at the minute. The new one is coming very, very soon. But check it out. I pranked Jodie. I gave her the world's hottest crisp. And there's a few other bits and stuff coming onto there very, very soon. That's my non-darts related stuff, guys. If you want the darts related content and if you want to find out how this relates in terms of practice versus match play, 2 weeks' time I'll update that with a lot more data, but the early signs suggest there is a level of playing a little bit better in practice. Edgar TV.